right now, if you are portal shopping for a quarterback, you've got something dangerous and something valuable. It's called hope, right? Because you look at this college football playoff field, of these 12 teams, count them up, 6 have transfer portal guys at the helm. I'm including Texas in that equation because Quinn Ewers, now remember, transferred from Ohio State to Texas before taking over the show in Austin. So you're thinking, hey, man, if we get the right guy in the portal, maybe, just maybe, we could find ourselves in that 12-team dance next year. And that's not an unreasonable thought. I think that's totally a fair way to look at this. But what I would say is there's a couple of disclaimers tied to that. The first is we're going to talk about the guys in the portal right now, but I think this crop compared to previous year's crop, there's one individual who is actually not yet even in the portal. We're all speculating right now, and this is fair to speculate because it's been talked about openly. I think John Mateer, if he were to jump into the portal, again, he's not in there right now, Washington State quarterback, if he were to jump in the portal, that is the one big fish that I would circle and say, okay, that's the guy that takes us from, I don't know, a 7-win team to like a 10, 11-win team. I think he's that good. Looking at his numbers, total of 44 touchdowns on the year, both running and passing, over or right around, I should say, in the neighborhood of 4,000 yards on the year. Again, running and passing combined there. Dude's special. Dude is very special. So if he jumps in the portal now, that is the guy that I think is your Cam Ward caliber. We'll see what Will Howard ends up being in this playoff run, but like that is the big fish that I am circling if he does in fact jump in the portal. Now, the school to watch, if he does jump in the portal, for all accounts, is Oklahoma, because his offensive coordinator just took the offensive coordinator job in Norman. So that's a hypothetical. We'll see if he actually does that. But the reason I say that, with this crop, I don't know there's a ton of game changers that I'm looking at just off the jump. Like, I love a lot of these guys. We'll talk about them here in a minute in terms of potential landing spots. But we need to remember, this is still the greatest team sport on the face of the planet. Like, you still got to have 10 other dudes on offense doing their job, and maybe as important, 11 other dudes on the defensive side of the football doing their job. Because when Cam Ward went to Miami, I think we all pretty much felt like that was a home run when he transferred out of Pullman last year. We all felt like Miami got a dude. We felt like that was going to change their operation out there. Your boy said, I think they're going to win the ACC and be a college football playoff team. Now, Cam Ward, just so we're all on the same page, he played at an ACC championship caliber level this year. He played at a college football playoff caliber level this year. However, Miami's getting ready for the Pop-Tart Bowl. And he took them from 7 wins to 10 wins. But what was the issue? The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. That's not Cam Ward's fault. If you're a Miami fan, it's not your fault for being optimistic. Everything you believed about Cam Ward ended up being true. He was an absolute dude. He had arguably the best season in Miami Hurricane history when it comes to the quarterback position. However, when we talk about portal quarterbacks, what is so crucial? Same thing that's crucial in every discussion in life. Context, fit, scheme, all those things. That matters when you talk about a portal quarterback. Because when we look at Cam Ward, mentioning the defense is obviously the first part of that. Let's go ahead and look at maybe a lack of success story. I don't want to dunk on the guy, but DJ Uiagalelei. You felt like you got your guy when you landed him via the portal at Florida State. You thought, okay, hey, Mike Norvell, quarterback whisperer. I said it myself, like this is the best external circumstances, preseason at least, that we've seen for DJ Uiagalelei. Better play caller, better weapons. None of that ended up being true. So while it's fair to tie your hope in large part to what you can get via the portal at quarterback, I don't think that should be your end-all be-all. So yes, if John Mateer jumps in the portal and he does go to Oklahoma and he ends up being a guy in Norman and they have a great season, I think that's totally fair to have higher expectations. But understand now, the context and the fit is as crucial as anything else. Like Riley Leonard at Notre Dame is a great example of this. He's not lighting the world on fire statistically. He's not going to be in New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. He's not putting up Cam Ward numbers, but guess what? The fit for him with that defense on the other side of the football, with Jeremiah Love next to him, with those freak show tight ends they have out there, with Mike Denbrock calling the system for him, what they ask him to do, he fits perfectly into. So when he got to South Bend, there was excitement about what he could bring to the table, but there was, I think, even more excitement about how he could fit into that system and how he could ultimately be that missing puzzle piece. So all that's to say, it's portal season. Get fired up if you are in the market for a portal quarterback. There's a lot of good ones out there, but I would pay as much, if not maybe more attention to what you have around those guys when it comes to the coaching staff, when it comes to the defense, the weapons, all that is equally, if not more impactful than landing your guy via the portal. But obviously, we're going to monitor that very closely and keep a very watchful eye on what a one John Mateer ends up doing at Washington State. Again, as of right now, he is not currently in the transfer portal. His coach is talking about it, saying we think we've made a fair offer for him when it comes to NIL. I don't know that it will be a money-motivated situation for him, per Pete Nakos here at On 3. A lot going into that one, a lot going on in the transfer portal in general. Make sure to subscribe, make sure you're dialed in right here. So I want to make sure y'all know here before we move forward, the hard count brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. Now we are circling the wagons for just a nasty college football playoff run. We'll have a lot of plays for you there. If you want to tail us on our plays, the best way to do that, using code HARDCOUNT now, when you play with the $5 lineup, you get $50 in promo funds. So I know a lot of us now, Christmas right around the corner, gotta pay for gifts somehow. The best way to pay is to play, is what I'm going to go ahead and say right there. It rhymed, but it is what it is. Make sure you're dialed in. Code HARDCOUNT. $5 in lineups, $50 in promo funds. Appreciate y'all. And appreciate Prize Picks for bringing y'all the show today.